I don't think I have a package, like I ordered anything. I didn't, it's Kate's. But I did go to Walmart and get some pretty stuff, like this office chair. It's just super cheap. I was like, I just need a cheap chair. I don't need anything fancy. This is what was not cheap and is fancy. Ring Fit Adventure for my Switch. And then just some groceries. Lettuce and hummus, bread, bageled milk. Yeah, I'm gonna put together this chair and we're gonna chat a little bit. We're gonna see how this works out. I just made a to-do list because I feel like I have a lot of stuff to do now that I'm back. And I mean, like, I kind of do. This is my to-do list, which is kind of long. I mean, one side is Saturday, one side is Sunday. Because if I try to do it all today, I'm gonna get a new term I learned, analysis paralysis. And I'm just gonna freeze up and not do anything. So I try to separate it between stuff that I feel like needs to get done today and stuff that can get done tomorrow. I need to finish editing my main channel video for tomorrow, and then I need to edit my vlog for tomorrow. And I need to finish reading Steel Magnolias and email my set guy and tell him that I made an oopsie and I need to change the set slightly. So that's that. What are you? The amount of Allen wrenches I have from things I've ordered, I could have an Allen wrench store. Ahoy, ye matey! So last night, I didn't get home until 1:30 a.m. My flight was supposed to leave Florida at 7 and get back into Minneapolis at 10. However, at like noon, it got delayed an hour, or it got delayed 30 minutes. So then it was supposed to take off at 7:30. Then, a few hours later, it got delayed until 8 o'clock. And I was like, this is some bad mumbo jumbo going on. I was really worried that they were going to cancel my flight. They didn't, obviously. I'm home. But yeah, so I didn't get in till like 11. Didn't get out to Casey and John until like 11:30, which means we didn't get back here until like 1:30. Casey slept on the way back because she had to work really early this morning. And John drove. And we just talked the whole time, which was nice. The plane ride yesterday kind of like messed me up. I don't know what it was. I took Dramamine after lunch, which was like at 2 o'clock. And I just don't know if it wore off in between that, because I thought Dramamine lasted 12 hours, but maybe it didn't. Maybe it only lasts 6. I don't know. But also, I think maybe when the plane took off, I just wasn't sitting how I normally sit. I think I was like sitting up rather than like laying back in the seat, which I normally do. But it was just like I don't do roller coasters, but I imagine that's how a roller coaster would feel, like the G-force or whatever all that jazz is, like just hit me. It was not fun. But I chatted with the girl next to me a bit, which was cool. You know what? I don't think I can do this multitasking thing. We'll be back. Congrats, everybody. We did it. Even though they tried to play me by giving me 2 instructions, both in Spanish. It's okay. Pictures were involved, so I got it. I was very nervous to go on this trip because it was going to be my first solo trip, kind of. I had 2 moments where I like freaked out. One is when I got to Florida, I was having trouble figuring out where like the rideshare pickup was. So that kind of freaked me out because I was like, I have no idea where to go. And it's like kind of sprinkling and it's going to be dark soon and I have no idea. I did get it figured out, which is great. That was freak out number 1. Freak out number 2 was yesterday when I was going to leave, I couldn't find my bag and I thought I lost my bag. Basically, the hotel let us keep our luggage in the room where we ate breakfast and lunch there because we were, at a conference. And when I went down to go get it, I went to the front desk and I was like, hey, I'm here to pick up my bag. I'm with this like conference. And they were like, go ask that guy who was like a valet guy. And he was like, I don't know. He checked a room, wasn't there. He checked another room, wasn't there. We went back to the breakfast dinner room, wasn't there. So then we went back outside and he asked another guy, like, where is this stuff? And there was another girl from the conference out there and she had her bag. And I was like, where was your bag? And she was like, oh, it was in the ballroom. And I was like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah, just go through the doors that are open in like the breakfast room and it's right over there. So I like got the valet guy's attention basically, and we went in there and that's where it was. So I thought that I'd lost my bag. That was freak out number 2. But those were like really the only times that I was on the verge of having a panic attack, which is awesome for me. Things that I did that I'm proud of from this trip. I talked to a bunch of people, and I'm going to go into that in a second, but I also didn't let like some things stop me, I guess. I went out, like I walked to the beach, I walked like along the beach a little bit. Granted, my hotel was literally on the beach, so I didn't have to go far or travel far, but I did go out and like, I was just out there, just chilling like a person, like a human being. The night that I got there, I like went around the hotel to figure out where my stuff was, just so I knew, figured that out, and then kind of explored a little bit. I went up like these stairs, you saw it in the last vlog, like basically to the roof of the building, and saw like the night sky of Fort Lauderdale from where I was. And that was crazy cool. That was like, for me, like, I'm like, oh, those stairs look like they go up there. That'd be cool to see. And I was like, I probably shouldn't go up them. And then I was like, there's literally no sign. Abbie, go. And I did, and what? There was that. I put myself out there a little bit more. Like, for breakfast the first day, instead of sitting at an empty table, I sat at a table that had people. Crazy thought, I know. And I talked to the people. And then we like went up to the conference room, and I sat next to somebody I talked to at breakfast. And then I heard these 2 girls behind me, at the table behind me, talking about blue light glasses. And instead of just like cowering in myself, I turned around and I was like, do you have a good brand for those? Because I'm looking for a good brand. And so we talked about that. I continued to talk to people throughout the day. Then at dinner, I sat with the 2 girls that sat behind me during the conference. They were both from Louisiana. We were at dinner for like 2.5 hours, and we talked the whole time. And then the next day I continued to talk to people, and like, this is mind-boggling to me. All right, here's the list of like conversations and situations that I had yesterday that never would have happened before. When I was at the airport, I was trying to figure out how this like restaurant was working, and I saw a girl walking out with like this pizza. And so I stopped her and I said, hey, can I ask you a quick question? And she was like, sure. And I was like, did you just like go on this side and get like a to-go pizza, or like I'm confused? And she like explained to me, and she's like, yeah, I just went over there, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. That's awesome. And she's like, yeah, no problem. Mind-blowing that you could just ask somebody what they just did and get an answer. I also told a girl that I liked her hair. It was like pink and blue and pastel, and it was gorgeous. Some guy asked me if the pizza was good, and I was like, yeah. And then I explained to him how you do it, because it's confusing. When I was sitting waiting to like board the plane, I kind of chatted with the people next to me, because like I was sitting, there was an empty seat, and then a guy, and then a girl who was with the guy came and sat in that empty seat. So I moved over a seat because there was an empty seat next to me. And instead of just like awkwardly doing that, I was like, sorry, like I just didn't know if you were like comfortable being next to somebody, so I just moved over. And she was like, oh yeah, no worries. And then like the guy from like the airline was like trying to tell us what to do. And so I leaned over to them and I was like, did you hear any of that? And they were like, no. And I was like, well, I guess as long as I get on the plane, it's fine. And so like I chatted with them. I was waiting in the door of the plane because we were backed up, and I was talking to the pilot. Like I was just holding conversation with the pilot of the plane. And then like I sat down and I was in a window seat, and there was nobody in like the other 2 seats next to me until like close to the end. And then a guy and a girl sat down next to me, and the girl was like taking off her jacket, and she's like, oh, sorry. And I was like, no worries. You know, it's not like there's like a lot of room in this spot. You know, they don't give us a whole lot of room here. She's like, oh yeah, I just feel bad with like being in people's personal space. I was like, no, I get you, you're fine. Whereas like normally, you know, I just been like, oh no, you're okay. And like cowered. And then she was like wiping stuff down, and her boyfriend, fiance, husband, I don't know, didn't have like a wiper. And I was like, I have extra from past flights if you need one. And she was like, oh, thanks, like I'll let you know. And then she like started talking about, she was like, planes are disgusting, I'm a flight attendant. So we like chatted about that for a little bit. And then I was having like issues on the plane, right? And she was getting up to use the restroom. She was like, do you need to use the restroom? And I was like, oh, no. I was just, like, looking for somebody, like, looking for a flight attendant for, like, Dramamine. And she's like, oh, okay. She went to the bathroom. She came back. And I was, like, still, like, looking for a flight attendant. And I had pushed the button, though. They just hadn't come. And she was like, are you going to be, like, sick? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I just feel weird. And I think, like, Dramamine would help. She, like, re-pushed the flight attendant button to, like, get the person over. And they came. They didn't have any Dramamine, unfortunately. But then this girl was giving me, like, some tips and tricks. She was like, do you have Tylenol? I was like, yeah. She's like, take that. And I was like, is that going to help? And she was like, take anything, honestly. And I was like, bet. I fell asleep, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of the plane ride, like, we were, like, pulled in, we landed. And I was like, thank you so much for, like, being so kind and helpful. Like, I really appreciate it. And then we started talking about her job. We started talking about my job, or her guy person stuff, because he was from Bangladesh. And we talked about, like, where they are and, like, different, like, travels. And we, like, talked. I didn't get their names, but we talked. And that's crazy. I talked to people. This trip was huge for me. Like, not even within the business, you know? It was huge for me in my personal growth. I am so proud of myself. And you're like, Abbie, you talked to a couple people and had conversations. But that's something that I don't do. Like, I'm too scared to even just talk to people. That is something I don't do. So this is huge for me. I'm just, like, amazed that I did that I talked to people, and that like I didn't let the little fearful voice stop me from doing, like, a few things here and there. I did it, and I think it's a good sign. I think that, like, good things are going to come from this, and knowing that I can do a little bit more than I thought I could. Like, that gives me so much confidence to try something else. You know, you can do anything that you put your mind to, but when you're so anxious, you're like, I really can't. That's not an option. Here we are. I know that it's an option. And that blows my freaking mind. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I can do whatever the fuck I want. She says before she has her next anxiety attack, but, like, still. Okay, I am gonna go get started on my to-do list, and we'll see when I film again. So, the quick task of putting power steering fluid in my car turned out to be an ordeal. Why? My car doesn't have a power steering fluid spot. I know what you're thinking. Abbie, look better. False. I looked up a video, and the guy who was doing the stuff under the hood of his car looked the same as my car. And he was like, there is no spot for power steering fluid, it's electric. What? I don't know. But before I saw that video, I called my dad, or I called my mom, and he was like, there is a spot, there's a cap. It doesn't matter, you're crooked. There's, like, a cap that should have a steering wheel on it. And I was like, there is no cap with a steering wheel. Y'all are wrong. And my dad was like, no, it's there. And I was like, I'm gonna send you motherfucking pictures of my under my hood right now, because there is not. There's not. And then, like, my dad was like, well, there's this part recalled and you should call. And then my dad ended up calling, but nobody was there. He's gonna call Monday. But that was an ordeal. So that took longer than I expected. Now it's almost 2:30, and I was hoping to finish reading the play by 3. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna food process some salsa quick, and then I think eat chips and salsa and maybe a sandwich while I read, I think. We don't talk about Bruno, no, no, no. We don't talk about Bruno. He told me my fish would die the next day, dead. So, I finished reading the script around 3:15. So, I didn't spend as much time as I thought I would on it. So that is a good thing. Here's the thing. Here's the issue. I met with the set person Monday, and I told him what I wanted. And then I reread the script, and I was like, fuck, I forgot something. I need another door, and I need to move the window. So, oops. But I feel like shit about it, because I'm like, well, apparently I guess I wasn't prepared, and now I have to move shit because I made a mistake. It's fine. It's fine. I just need to let him know right now. So I emailed my set guy, and then I ended up sitting at my computer and just like creating a master doc for Steel Magnolias. Wasn't planning on doing that today. Glad it's done. Let me show you. So we have production contact over here, which I'm not going to show you. We have cast contact, which is obviously not filled out yet. We have the rehearsal schedule and like the plan for it. Whoa. We have different sounds that I'm going to need. The set has nothing on it right now. Props. I stuck the thermometer in my mouth to do like a thumbnail for this week's video. And then I was like, did I watch that after I was sick with COVID? Can putting a thermometer in your mouth give you that sickness again? I don't know, but you know what my brain's doing now? Running wild. So I'm not going to watch it right now, but this 2020 is about a lady that went missing, like where I live, like a long time ago. I'm not going to watch it right now because it's nighttime and scary. Here's the thing. Once I sit down and like stop being productive for a second, it's gone. It's like I'm no longer productive. So I'm going to watch the rest of the episode of this house buying show, probably about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to go do something again. I think I'm basically done with my list. Oh, whoa. So I cut up some turkey, slices of turkey, put it in this little bowl for just like quick salads. Because it's like, well, I want to have salad with turkey in it, but I don't want to take the time. No, I don't have to. Should I wear the yellow glasses and just be like all over the place today? Or should I wear normal glasses? Or, no glasses, because I don't actually wear glasses. All right, bet. So I meal prepped some chicken for this week. Some of it is here because I put this jerk seasoning on it. I'm supposed to like marinate in it, which I didn't realize, but that's okay. I'll just try it like this for a second. And I made quinoa. I made it just like rice. And I hope that was right. It looks right. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really know like how to eat it. Do I just literally eat it like rice and put stuff with it? I don't know. Today has been a really weird day. Like, I was doing pretty good this morning, and then all of a sudden I wanted to die, and then all of a sudden I like didn't want to do anything, and then all of a sudden I was feeling myself, and then all of a sudden I was like analysis paralysis and didn't know what I should be doing. And then I was like, I have no energy. And then I was like, Abbie, go fold your fucking laundry. And now I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at my to-do list. And the only things I like have on my to-do list are not like actual to-dos. They're like, Abbie, finish your website. Write a blog. John and Casey will come over later. Casey gets off work at like 8, I think. And then they're going to come over and we're going to watch Doctor Who, which, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen like Matt Smith's season of Doctor Who and you don't want to be spoiled, flip to, I don't know, maybe I'll put a time here, I forget. So just be careful. But we're to the episode where we find out that Amy and Rory's baby is River Song. And so I was like, we watched the episode last night before where, like, we find out that Amy hasn't actually been there the whole time. And I was like, John was like, the next one? And Casey was like, I'm tired. It was like 11 o'clock or 10. It was 10. But anyway, but I was like, oh, the next one's a biggin. So we're going to watch it tonight. A beautiful salad. I'm so fancy.
I think, actually, you're okay. Where are we? Obvious, isn't it? No, doll's house. We're inside the doll's house.
If she doesn't win this shit, I'd be pissed. Friends, let's chat. After I check my garlic bread. I think I filmed like 2 clips yesterday. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Yesterday and today, the days started really good. I felt like on top of the world. I was like, I can do fucking anything. And then like yesterday when I got home, it was just like nothing. And then even today, like John stopped. Why is my camera doing that? Stop. John came here when I got off work basically. And we just like hung out for like an hour and a half, which was cool. But like, I just want to cry. And I feel so sad. I don't know how the day starts so good. And like nothing happened today. It was a good day at work. I was productive and I got a lot of shit done. That's all. But look at me, I made supper. There's stuff I really need to do, but I just want to lay here. How am I supposed to get anything done if I just don't have the mental capacity to do it when I'm home? I have a therapy appointment in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. I booked it mid-December. This was just the first time that they had available. So, I will be doing that soon. So I did pull out of it a little bit. I searched for my dodie tickets again. I don't know if I don't think I got an email. I don't know. I did like a contact to the help center, so hopefully someone can help me figure out where my tickets are. Because they're just digital download, but that's a week away. So I need to know that. I did an email to my production team for Steel Magnolias and shared like the master doc that I made with them the other day. So I did do some productivity, which is nice. I don't know if when I'm in a slump, I don't know if I just like need to like get up and like be productive or if that's just like a distraction. I don't know. But I did it long enough to get ready for bed. So I am in this space checking it out for doing a workshop for my job because I want to do it somewhere different than when we did it last time. I think this would be pretty cool. It's a pretty big space. They say that 64 to 80 people can fit in here with a bunch of tables, and I think that's bullshit. But we really need like 30 tops, and I think that it'll be great. And we can put the projector there, like the screen, set up a table. Like we could do it like a sideways thing. We could do it this way. We could do it in front of the kitchen. I think this would be a great space. And like, look, it's right by the lake. I mean, it's winter. This will be like mid to end March. So I think it'll be okay. It's pretty cool though. I think it'll be a cool space. So many things to discuss. First thing, I went to Walmart for chips and I got many groceries. Second thing, they've been sitting there for 15, 20 minutes because I got home, went to the bathroom, and then had an ingenious TikTok idea. So I figured out how to do that because that was difficult to figure out how to do as well, also. And then here we are. I have to do dishes and I want to make that food. Get out of the way, Nessie. Everybody, I just made an important discovery. This is the sonic screwdriver thing that John got me. It's a pizza cutter. What? I was like, there is no sound. Where is the sound? Listen. Can you hear? It's when you cut, it makes a sound. I'm gonna sonic this bitch. I was gonna watch Wife Swap, but I'm feeling mentally stable, so I'm gonna watch this. It's just a travel show. I have rehearsal tonight, so let's give this a go, eh? Oh. But I've been here before, have I come back for more? Another chapter in the history of wrong guys. Yesterday no spark, no heartaching allure, but today I'm feeling something I just can't ignore. Charlie, I make this in my sleep, baby. What's my sin? Never quit, I follow through. I hate mess, but I love you. What to do with my impromptu, baby? So be wise, cause this girl satisfies. You got a bride, so don't compromise. You're one-legged baby. Take me for what I am. The problem that I'm having right now is I have to go to rehearsal soon. I didn't want to wear what I was wearing to work because it's just like a black over sweater and I'm wearing black leggings and black boots as per the norm, so I don't want to wear that. But nothing is like feeling right. Everything's feeling tight and tiny and small and not covering me correctly. And I want to wear something warm but not too warm because then I can't take it off. And just take it off, I can't take it off. And when I sing, like when I get into it, if I'm performing, then like that's one thing. But like if I'm rehearsing, it's like I need to remove every layer of anything touching my body. Which, no, I don't sing naked. But like, I'll roll up my sleeves. If I have sweaters on or a cardigan, like I'll take it off. I put my hair up for Pete's sake because everything needs to be off of me so I can focus. And I haven't gone over my duet or my solo at rehearsals yet. So I'm assuming that that will be happening tonight. Also, fun facts for the world. I got my period today. I'm really bad at talking about it because it makes me uncomfy. But it's also been a while, so I guess it's probably a good thing. We don't need to talk about my medical history. Why is women's clothing tiny? Like, this is a goddamn sweater. This isn't a crop sweater. This is a goddamn sweater. So, okay, sure. I guess it should fall around here. I guess. But, why does this need to happen? It doesn't. That's the fucking answer. She is beauty, she is grace. What? I can't. Why are there two suns? Is this that point in the movie where we all die? I stopped and got a large fry because I love myself. So I swore that I had recorded more of rehearsal last night. Like, I set my camera up. Maybe I just didn't hit record like I thought, but I swore that it was recording. That's not there anymore. Whoops. I need to clean up this shit. Booyah, bitches.